Why does it seem so hard to shift from being completely identified with thoughts and mind to just being the neutral awareness, watching the thoughts? This is a question that comes up often, and I just received it again through Quora, and so I thought I'd make a quick video. Essentially, there's two reasons why it's so hard to make that shift. The first is at the level of the dream, or the apparent physical world and humanity. It's habit. We're conditioned from childhood to identify with our thoughts, to think we are our thoughts, that voice in our head. And then we hear that voice, and immediately we feel compelled to absorb it, to act on the thought or react, to instantly and fully engage, as if they are all important and must be responded to. It's like an itch. We never think about scratching. If there's an itch on some part of our body, before we even think about it, our hand is reaching over to scratch it and get relief. Maybe if we have a bad rash and our doctor says, avoid scratching, it'll just spread it and harm your skin, do we even become aware of scratching? And even then, about 50% of the time, we will have already scratched before we remember, oh, I'm not supposed to scratch. And the other 50%, even though we remember and restrain ourselves from scratching, we'll be yearning for it. Oh, if I could just scratch that, just a little. So a mind full of thoughts is the same way. Out of our conditioning that the thoughts are us, and listening to them and acting upon them is the right thing to do, even as we sit in meditation, trying to just observe, just be aware of the thoughts, knowing that they are not us and we can just witness them with no action, judgment, or engagement. Over and over, we find ourselves falling back into our normal habit with thoughts. That is, thinking them, being irresistibly interested in them and identifying with them. And before we know it, our chanting of Om Shanti becomes, oh, I'm really looking forward to that ice cream later. Or I'm really nervous about my boss at work, or if that attractive man or lady likes me. And then it may be many minutes before we realize we've been off, lost in our thoughts. Of course, at the absolute level, there are no separate thinkers. There's only the one dreamer. Being appears to be dreaming of billions of insubstantial, separate selves for no reason that mind could ever divulge. In order to have a dream, there must be thought activity, phenomena, appearing to rise and fall. And since virtually no one is actively working towards pure awareness or disidentification with thought, we can definitely conclude that must not be our function or being's intention. Being appears to have projected over 8 billion real yet unreal copies of itself. How many are actively pursuing dwelling as the pure, neutral, uninterested awareness behind those thoughts through any committed approach, like concentrated hours of meditation? Not just the modern 15 minutes twice a day calming meditations, but real, dedicated hours of it. Not even 10%. Perhaps 1%. Let's see, that would be 80 million dream characters. And out of those, how many successfully break the identification and abide steadily as the silent awareness? Not even 1% of that. And even that's probably too generous. But even if it were 1%, that would only be 800,000 people out of the entire human population. Not even one city's worth. So obviously, that's not being's dream. So go ahead and work towards watching your life, watching your thoughts without identification, worry, or involvement through meditation or some other approach like constant bhakti chanting, non-dual self-inquiry, or some other method, while at the same time not taking it too seriously or being attached to any particular results. Even after years of practice, if you find yourself still following your favorite thoughts down the habitual trail of gratification or importance, just have a good laugh at yourself and know it's not yourself. It's just being, delighting in its role of being one more delighting human being. That state where there are thoughts but no thinker, as Buddha taught, where there is only being, abiding in and as awareness of whatever thoughts or phenomena arise, where the apparent separate subject, the meditator, and any apparent object of meditation move and merge into one, has been called Samadhi. So when we ask about shifting to pure awareness of thoughts and what is, the subject you disappearing, leaving only thoughts or emptiness with no thinker, we're really asking, how do I shift into Samadhi? Next Sunday, November 17th, we will have a 2-session online satsang, a taste of Samadhi, where myself and monk Chaitanya Peter Cutler will explore Samadhi at length and create opportunities for all to get a taste of entering Samadhi. These video sessions are free of charge and open to all. For your Zoom invitation and link, email us at teja@tejaanand.com. See you soon.